Good morning. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas, the aunties, the nurturers, the mothers with angel children, Mother God, Mother Earth, all the mamas. Oh, Mother God, flowing through our hearts, we give thanks for the bread of our lives, for the hands in the earth and the fruit of our womb. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, thank you for this day, for the love that you wash over me, and this joy in my heart I will share with the world. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Over me, and this joy in my heart I will share with the world. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, thank you for this day, for the love that you wash over me. This joy in my heart I will share with the world. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. 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 Oh, Mother God, blessed be.
Good morning, and how blessed are we? Big shout out to our musicians today. Thank you to Kev Choice, Omega Ray, Luke Frank, Dame the drummer, Clark Sims on bass. That was amazing. We appreciate you so much. Good morning. So good to be together with you all here this morning. I'd like to also give some love to our sound engineer. Can we get a round of applause for Levi Griffin, please? Thank you for being here. Okay, welcome to the center, to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish, uplift us, and celebrate the oneness of all of life. My name is Crystal Fry. I use she and her pronouns. Thanks, Reverend Sunshine, reminding me to recognize my own unique expression of God. Okay? Special welcome to all of those who are joining us for the first time. Is there anyone here with us in the sanctuary for the first time? Okay, welcome. Let's give them a round of applause. We are so glad you're here. We're going to bring you, that is our board president right there, right from the top, serving for you the welcome package. Great. Okay, also, let's give a wave to and a welcome to everyone who is joining us on YouTube and Facebook Live. Hey, y'all, we're happy you're here with us, too. And make sure you sign up for our weekly newsletter to learn all that you can about the fun things that we have here to offer here at the Oakland Center. Excellent. All right, let us take a breath together and feel our roots into the earth as we respectfully acknowledge that here in the Bay Area, we gather on the traditional land of the indigenous Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded this land for countless generations. Yes, we do. Now let us take a moment to bless our children, wherever they are. Special blessing here on Mother's Day. We bless all the children in our community and the world. We love you. We see you. We know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. And so it is. Okay, so much going on here. On Wednesday, May 15th, we've got our midweek oasis, where our new board president, who's in the back, I'm so sorry. He's a board vice president. You guys, I did not come to the meeting. Forgive me. But Sam Leedy, our new vice president of the board, is going to be speaking, having a deeper conversation on the topic of the value-led life. Meditation is at 6:30 and service is at 7 by Zoom. Please go to oaklandcsl.org, click services for the Zoom link. Okay. Join our 2024 daily community spiritual practice using the Abundance Book, The 40-Day Prosperity Plan by John Randolph Price. This book works. Today, we are on the 13th day of the program using the third affirmation in the book. Follow along daily in the order that the affirmations appear. This month's non-profit partner is the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI, which provides support, outreach, education, and advocacy to families impacted by mental illness in Contra Costa County. And now, please welcome, we have a representative from NAMI, Gigi Crowder. She's here to tell us more about the amazing work that NAMI is doing. Come on up. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me here and for Aaron inviting me. So at NAMI, which does stand for the National Alliance of Mental Illness, we're a representative of Contra Costa County, but there's 600 affiliates across the nation. Sadly, when individuals are impacted by mental illness and having a difficult time, they have nowhere to turn to. Most folks are not aware of the fact that we pay taxes and there's a county department in place. So NAMI was started in 1989, our Contra Costa affiliate in 1989, because two moms in Walnut Creek wanted to make sure that the systems that were in place to serve them were really working. And so we finally got some funding in 98 to do services for the Latinx community, and we started our family-to-family class. That's the class where family members, once they learn their loved one is having a difficult time, they can go and find out the tools they need to have to best support their loved ones. So many of the individuals we work with have diagnoses of schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, clinical depression, and they have a difficult time navigating. And so what NAMI does is our mission is to support, advocate, educate, and do the outreach work. I lean toward the advocacy work my life changed when I recognized that in order for us to improve outcomes, we needed to go to the cultural brokers who carry the messaging, and that is the faith community. So we started a program called Mental Health Friendly Communities, recognizing that if we could get faith communities to better understand mental illness, then we can get larger groups of individuals, because faith leaders have what I call the power of the mic. They can share messaging and create a safe place for people to recognize that mental illness is a medical condition. So some of you now should be familiar with 988. And here in California, that was named after a young man, Miles Hall, who was killed in Walnut Creek because his response to him was a criminal response versus a medical response. And so now when you call 988, it's the Miles Hall crisis line, and we strongly worked with his family, Ton Hall, to make sure that we had a non-police response. So here in Oakland, they've been doing it for a long time in Alameda County, but Contra Costa County did not have a progressive mobile crisis response team, and it's now named after Miles. And thank Nancy and others who have participated and shown up to talk about it. But if you have someone struggling with a mental health challenge, or if they're living with a substance abuse challenge and you see that before you see the mental health, please reach out to your local NAMI affiliate so you can get the support you need, and also meditate and pray, because we have seen things change when people have put faith ahead and allowed the individual to connect to their purpose. Living with a mental illness does not mean you can't have a fulfilling life, but you do need to partner with someone to support you, and that's what we do at NAMI Contra Costa County. So it's a little different than other affiliates. We connect people to their purpose, and we pray with them. Don't tell anyone. They say something about a separation of church and state, but whatever. And so thank you for having me here, and if anyone has any questions directly for me, I'll be giving out my phone number and other resources at the end of services. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thank you so much, Gigi. What an amazing resource to the community. May is Asian American and Pacific Island Heritage Month, which is observed in the U.S. in the month of May and recognizes the contributions and influence of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, Pacific Island Americans, and the history, culture, and achievements they've had in the United States. And finally, we cannot forget that today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all here with us and out in the internet world, all of the mothers and all that you do for us. We are so grateful to you. Mother's Day is celebrated all over the world on different days, but it's generally March or May, and so we're sending love out to all of the mothers all over the world. The Mosaic Workshop is going to be held this Saturday, May 18th from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. right here in the courtyard. It's hosted by Amy Chavnik and Gabriella Condi. Those are my friends, so I can guarantee that it's going to be fun. And all materials will be provided. So you just have to show up and be creative. The cost is $30. To sign up, please visit oaklandcentercsl.org/workshops. And the Spring Treasure Bookstore has begun spring cleaning, and they want to help you spring clean. So go ahead and bring your donations of gently used spiritual books back to the bookstore and check out their 30% off table. Keep the knowledge and wisdom flowing here in our community. I love it. If you have any questions, talk to Linda at the bookstore at oaklandcsl.org. And please visit csl.org to learn what is happening within our spiritual centers for living organization. We are part of a global community, and there is so much available to you there. And please visit our website at oaklandcsl.org to sign up for our weekly newsletter, The Village News. Remember to follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook for special updates and content that you'll only find by liking and subscribing Oakland Center. Please like and subscribe today. And now, if you are willing and able, please stand so we can say our vision and mission statement together. Take a deep breath with me. Let's feel those roots again as we say together. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. And so it is.
And I am Reverend Aikia Param. I am your pulpit assistant for today, and I have two readings for you. The first is by Joan Chittister, and she says, "The very act of reviewing one's own values stands as a marker for us all. It reminds us that it is possible to learn as we go through life. It is even more important to be open to doing it and willing to report it. Life grows us, life shapes us, life converts us, and life opens us as we age to think differently, even about ourselves." And the second reading is from Mahatma Gandhi. "Keep your thoughts positive, because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive, because they become your behaviors. Keep your behaviors positive, because they become habits. Keep your habits positive, because they become your values. Keep your values positive, because your values become your destiny." And please join me in prayer, inspired by these readings. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. And right here and right now, immersed in the all-knowing, all-loving presence of God, each one of us is an expression of that divine being that we call God. And this day in particular, we remember all the ways in which God is mother-like to us, all the ways God has nurtured us, grown us, encouraged us. And we know that each of these ways has led to the growth of a particular value that we hold dear and that we strive to live in our lives. We give thanks. We know we can be an expression of the goodness of the motherly love of God. And so it is.
Whenever God shines a light on me, opens up my eyes so I can see.
When I look up in the darkest night, I know everything's gonna be alright.
Said in deep confusion, in great despair, when I reach out for help, God is there.
When I am lonely and as I can be. I know that God shines His light on me.
Hey, reach out for God.
Reach out for God.
God will be there.
It will be there.
All of your troubles,
All your trouble
you can share.
can share.
If you live
If you live
life you love,
life you love,
you get a blessing.
get the blessing
From above.
from above. Well, it heals the sick and it heals the lame. Says you can do it too in the Spirit's name. It'll lift you up, turn you around, and put your feet back on higher ground. Ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da.
Reach out for God.
Reach out for God.
God will be
Oh,
there.
it will be there.
All of your troubles,
All your trouble
say that you can share.
you can share.
Or you can use
You can use
higher
higher
power
power now.
every day
Every day.
and every
Every
hour.
hour. It
Heals the
heals you
sick.
and it heals the lame. Says you can do it too in Spirit's name. And it lifts you up, turns you around, and puts your feet back on higher ground. Ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-do, ba-da-da, ba-da-da.
Yeah. Who did that? Do that again. Yeah. That's the kind of center we are. Talk about call and response, huh? I love that. Thank you so much, Kev Choice, Omega Ray, Lukman Frank, Clark, and Dame. We love you. Thank you. And happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day, happy life. Thank you for being here. I know you have a lot of places that you could be, but you chose to be here with me and with us. Right choice. I'm Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman. I'm the proud spiritual director of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, and I welcome you this glorious day. I use she and her, they pronouns, and I want to know what your pronouns are too when you meet me outside. So, a couple of things that I want to say. Thank you, Crystal, for acknowledging Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I want to acknowledge, yeah, you can clap. I want to acknowledge our various cultures and the things that are happening. I mentioned a bunch of them last week. I did not mention last week, but it's so appropriate today to mention that this is Mental Health Awareness Month, so we're glad to have the NAMI representative here. Thank you, Gigi, for the words and for the beautiful recognition and acknowledgement about mental health and just allowing it to be what it is so we can love people right where they are. And of course, today is Mother's Day. Yay! We're acknowledging the divine feminine which comes in many shapes and forms. You know, it's in all of us. Did you know that we all have the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us? It's inbred within all of us. And today we are acknowledging mothers. And so what I'd like to do is, if you are a mother, and I know there's lots of different mothers, but if you are a mother, and I'll acknowledge those in a moment, please, if you're willing and able, please stand. And now, if you are a grandmother, you can stay standing. The rest of you can be seated. Let's acknowledge our grandmothers. And now, if you're a great-grandmother, let me see you. Okay. Do we have any great-great-grandmothers in the house? Great-great-grandmother? Are you getting a prize, Miss Gloria? Thank you so much. We acknowledge you all. And now I would like to acknowledge those of you who have, and we'll do this on Father's Day too, those of you who have mothered or been a mother figure, an auntie, a cousin, a sister, a nana, a whomever that you have helped raise. Please stand. Beautiful. We acknowledge you all and we love you so much. Thank you for being here. And now, you know, I want us to hold the consciousness. You know, I'm about asking for what I want. I'm asking you for something right now. Are you willing to oblige me? It's like, wait, what are you asking first? You see, we have extra chairs in here right now. We were in the round before. We're going to go back to the round, but I want you to notice how many chairs are here and how many empty chairs are here, because I am envisioning this sanctuary being full on Sunday service, just like it was for the concert. Anybody in that with me? Okay. So we're going to hold the consciousness for that. Speaking of the concert, we had a packed house. We sold out. I asked you to help us sell it out, and we did it. Yay. How many of you were here last week for the concert? What do you think about it? It was amazing. It was amazing. It exceeded even my expectations. And you know I have a high bar. And so we're going to do that again. More than just the music, it was the consciousness. I want us to have intention about everything that we do. It was the consciousness. And even if you weren't there, even if you were, if you breathe in, you can feel the energy right now. If you let your soul feel the energy, then you can feel what we co-created here last week. So we're going to do more of that. Stay tuned right here at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. And so today we didn't even schedule the full band today, but the band leader called me and said, Rev, we want to play on behalf of our own Andy Robbins, whose today is last day for, he's not going anywhere, so he says, and he better not, you better not. But Andy has been the lead for sound, the tech team, and for music for how many years? Who knows, he said. It's been that long, even he doesn't know. So isn't that precious? Listen to me, isn't that precious that the band wanted to, Kev, it was really Kev, let me just be clear, Kev wanted to bring together the band for Andy, for recognition of Andy, and I think that is so precious, so thank you for that. So Andy, come on up here. Come on up here. I'm not letting you get away like that. No, come on up here. You know, I'm a team player. I love building community. I love bringing people together, and I love recognizing people. And hopefully y'all have seen that since I have been here. I've tried to recognize everybody who's come and gone and beyond. And so this gentleman, you know, this is my third time in this community over several decades. And he's been here the whole time, doing some of the things that he's been doing the whole time. So listen, I want you to know that I love you. And I know so many people here that love you too. And we appreciate all that you are, all that you do, the consciousness that you bring. Andy is an emeritus practitioner, by the way. He gained emeritus status of being a licensed practitioner earlier this year, which means 20 years as a licensed spiritual advisor who is holding consciousness with his community. And he's done that here in this center. So I want you to know, from my heart to yours, on behalf of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, your home, your family home, that we love you, we appreciate all that you've done, and it just wouldn't have been the same without you. So thank you. And I'm glad we could close it out with a bang. Andy was here last week in rare form for the concert, running around and stuff. So listen, if you see something that needs to be done that Andy used to do, support him in stepping away. I want you to step up to support him in stepping away, because I know it's going to be difficult. I know him well. So. All right. I'm not to the talk yet, but I just want you to oblige me, because when I have something important to share with the community, I need to share with the community. That's why we're here together, isn't it? All the things I'm talking about are important. The next thing I'm talking about is important too, and I'm just realizing I did not put a slide together for this. Y'all are just going to have to bless me and forgive me, okay? I want to acknowledge our board of trustees, and we have now an executive committee, and I announced last week that we have several of our ministers who are going on to other opportunities, which included Reverend Sally Bartholomew, who is accepting a senior minister pulpit in Colorado Springs. She was on the board, and so we needed to kind of wait to see how that evolved before we elected officers. So if you are in the house and I call your name, I would like for you to stand. Our new board president is Beth Van Arkel. Our vice president is Sam Ledione on the camera. Our treasurer is Elka Moritz. Stay standing if you will. Our secretary is Reverend Ikea Param up here up front. And we have trustees Nancy Hester, I think she's traveling. Deborah Jackson, is Deborah in the house? Your senior minister, Reverend Sunshine Michelle, and as two advisors, we have Maureen French, practitioner, and we have Sanford Livingston. Let's give it up for your board of trustees. Thank you so much. And as Crystal mentioned, we are in round 4 of the Abundance book, little green book. I didn't bring mine up. It's in the bookstore. I invite you to get it. We've been doing it since January 1st of this year. In that book, there are 40 affirmations. It's a 40-day program. I'm sorry, there's 10 affirmations that we repeat 4 times over a 40-day period. You hear the 40 in the Bible a lot. You hear that sacred number of 40, and so that is what we're doing. We are changing consciousness, but Spirit touched me to say it's a year of consciousness building around abundance here at Oakland Center. And that's why I'm continuing, and we're in round 4. How many of you are doing the Abundance program right now? Okay, there's some hands, there could be more hands. You can start with us right where you are. And so we have on Sundays been declaring the affirmation together. And let me tell you, I'm switching it up just a little bit today, and here's why. Our own beloved Dr. Margaret Stortz, who was once the senior minister of this center for many, many years, wrote a parallel set of affirmations that you can find on our website, oaklandcsl.org. Click events. And when you see that abundance book, you can get her affirmations, which are lovely. They are a different version of the 40 in the book. what she's also written is a declaration that she invites you to say after you declare that day's affirmation, that you declare the affirmation that I'm going to invite us to declare together. Once you get into this affirmation, you'll know why I'm bringing it to you today. It is powerful. I'm forewarning you, it's powerful. If you don't want more abundance in your life, if you want to stay in lack and limitation, I don't encourage you to state it. I'm seeking out people who are looking to be a part of the science of mind principles here that we teach. I am seeking people who want to change their life. I am seeking people who want to live the quality of abundance that God is, that we talk about all the time. Am I in the right place? Okay, so if you are willing, this is a little bit different. It's Mother's Day. We get to do stuff the way we want to do it, just because, right? So if you are willing to stand, I invite you to do that. If you are unable to stand, stay seated and you can raise your hand or declare, and don't just say it. Declare this as if it's true. Trust me, it's good. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oops, wrong one. Let's get the right slide. We have a different slide, Helene. There we go. It may be kind of small. You may not be able to see it too good, but do your best. Here we go. Today, I accept God's gift of abundance. Today, everything I am and have is increased. I identify everything I do with success. I think affirmatively, and with all of my prayers, I accept abundance. Whatever I need, whenever I need it, wherever I need it, for as long as I need it, will always be at hand. I no longer see negation or delay or stagnation in my undertakings. Rather, I claim that the action of the living Spirit prospers everything I do, increases every good I possess, and brings success to me and all those I meet. Everything I think about and do is animated by the divine presence, sustained by the infinite power of God, and multiplied by the divine goodness. And so it is. Yes. Thank you. You may be seated. Now let's take a collective breath on that. Here's what I want you to do. The community breath I call us to is so that we can allow this to sink into our consciousness, into our very organs and our cells and our bones. So exhale right where you are. Just let it go. And now take a conscious deep breath in. And when you get to the top, just hold it and let it out with a sigh. Twice more, we're going to do that, breathing it in deeply. Let it out with a sigh. And once more, a bigger breath and a bigger sigh. And simply allow your breath to easily flow in and out. Just allow it to be. It's the gift of life. This is the law of circulation in action through the breath. And let's just notice the breath of life. And as we notice and allow this breath of life with intention to inspire us and to evoke the presence of this Holy Spirit within us, and we let it go. Let us breathe in and out love. Let us imagine that with every breath, that love is spreading across the land. With every breath, let us know there is healing on earth. With every breath, let us know there is peace where there appeared to be war. Let us know that those who are sick and shut in are touched by the wholeness and the divine presence of God, all through this very breath that we breathe. thank you for that. And we breathe from that place. As we come to the topic today, that we focus on Centers for Spiritual Living, our global international movement is focusing this year on grand rising. It's a grand rising into a new dawn, a new day, because we believe that it is better than what we are experiencing right now. That it can be better, and it is better in God. So we're rising into that consciousness. And in the month of May, our theme is good to great to grand, but you know, I pizzazzed it up a little bit. So I call it 5G. It's good to great to grand to glorious with gratitude. That's what we're working on this month. You with me on that one? Okay. And so today we're talking about the value-led life. We're talking about values and how we allow our values to lead us in life. And when I think of values and even this notion of the 5Gs, good to great to grand to glorious, you know, with gratitude, we have this continuum in the sky that I keep working with, right? And there's a lot on this continuum. And if glorious and superb and magnificent and excellence is on this side, you know, there's a lot of things in between here, right? Including over on this side, the far extreme could be horrific and horrible and terrible and all those things that I don't think we want. We're we're doing it. Move the needle if you're so willing, because it's all about choice. You can stay as miserable as you want for as long as you want. So we're about moving the needle into that greater yet to be. And how we can do that is through how we live through our values and our principles. And when you think of values, it's what drives you with purpose and integrity. What qualities that you feel are important to the way you live and who you are, that affect your attitudes and your beliefs and your behaviors. And these are qualities that you may swear by, or that are your operating principles for how you see the world in your own view and for others, right? It's a manifestation of that higher purpose. And it's what governs you. It's what empowers you. It's how you live in the world. So if I ask you what your core values are, I just want you to think about that for a moment. If I asked you what your top 3 to 5, that's hard for me because I have a lot of core values. But when you think of those values that are most critical for you, just allow that to come to your mind. Several of them. And I always mention that this talk is not just for this moment. I want you to, after you leave here or while you're here, I ask people to bring a journal, and some people say, Rev, I got my journal, because you can write, capture it on your phone. When you get home, put it in your journal so that you can integrate what we're talking about in your practices, your core values. So now if I ask you to call out loud several of the values, then what would you say? Core values. Love. Kindness. Integrity. Passion. Respect. Justice. Elasticity. Oh, authenticity. Well, some might like elasticity too. Presence. Generosity. Compassion. Kindness, connection, peace, authentic power. What about over here, Forgiveness, joy, honesty. I'm talking about over here. Harmony, care for others. I'm sticking over here because I'm not hearing anybody. Joy. Health. Y'all get the picture? Endurance. Character. playfulness. You see? This is what we live by. This is our core values. This is really important, what we're talking about. And when we think about this, we ask, are your actions and your behaviors, your beliefs and your attitudes in alignment with your core values? And if they aren't, in my view, we might be being a little bit hypocritical, huh? If we're espousing that we do something and our actions don't speak to what we're doing. But we can always shift and we can always change. That's what I love about this philosophy. This is important. I remember leaving, I've worked in my career, it was in human resources. And I worked in for-profit and nonprofit companies. And I remember leaving a large company because, this was the reason I left, Gigi, because their core values that were printed all over their materials that I espoused to also didn't match my definition of the same principles, like trust, like integrity. So if I can't find those in there, the people, you know, it's all about the people a lot of times that cause the good and sometimes the not so good. So it's the people and how they utilize the principles and practices that aren't necessarily in alignment that I couldn't handle. So I left. So I like to throw out some questions just for you to think of. They're rhetorical, not for you to answer, but for yourself. How do we get in alignment with the values as a community, let alone as an individual, to get in alignment? But as a community, how do we get in alignment with our values? Because you know they're going to be different. And I think that's why wars break out, don't you think? Because some of the core values might be different. They're operating by different principles. How do we establish or reestablish community values so that we're all in alignment? That's what I want us to do here at Oakland Center. What are our principles and practices in how we handle situations where there was harm? How do we handle that? We're so quick in society to dismiss someone I was having several conversations this weekend. We were thinking about prison. Reverend Ikea ran a prison ministry here for a long time where she was corresponding with prison mates. But, people are cast aside into the prison industrial complex because they did something that somebody judged was wrong. That doesn't mean that we don't have rules in our society, but then what happens with that person? That's why we have restorative justice circles. There's a different way to handle some things that need to be handled as community. And so one of my core values is integrity. Integrity is at the forefront of my mind. It was interesting, one of the conversations I was having was with the Global Themes team, which I'm on, that I spoke about what our themes are. We're visioning for 2025. And we write these outlines for these talks, even though I use my own material, but we author quite a bit on these themes. And so we were talking the other day as we're looking at 2025 about references, because we put a lot of references in the material of authors who are saying some of the things that we're espousing. And we got in this juicy conversation around authors that are well known to us, perhaps, that some people on that call no longer use because they have done some things in society that the author felt were unkosher. We know people like that who we find out, they are hypocritical because they may espouse wholeness and oneness and all of this, and over here they're doing something that is totally out of alignment with that. So we were having this conversation of, what do you do with that? What do you do with brilliant material that these people have written, but that they have done something in their personal practices that is unethical or doesn't jive with what they have authored. And there was this debate because some people said, oh no, I'm not going to use anything they ever said. I don't care what they say and how true it is. But there were other people that said, well, if we're practicing the principles, and if we believe in forgiveness, I heard that over here on this side, as a core value, then how can we just dismiss so quickly without entertaining? And so we didn't come to an agreement because we're all individual, right? But as I thought about it, and someone mentioned, with integrity, let me tell you, someone mentioned Mahatma Gandhi. That I will never use anything that Mahatma Gandhi said because he did this, that, and the other. I had a quote that I put up there today that Reverend Ike read from Mahatma Gandhi. It becomes about the choice and where we come from, right? And I'm mentioning this as an example. There were other names that were mentioned on that call. It's like, really? I didn't know they did that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to use their material because I personally, you're talking about me, I personally believe there's so many people that are doing so many things out there right now that are horrific. And if you take our principles at face value, we need to leave some space and some room for them to come to themselves and realize they're out of alignment. Who's to say that they won't realize that? Some might. Then it's all about choice. But I'm just talking about my own values. I want you to look at your own values. That's what I'm talking about today. And at what point, or do we draw the line and exclude? Do we exclude people altogether and banish them? Or do we find some spaciousness to have a tough conversation if they are willing to come together, which I'm always talking about, right? For us to, you believe like you believe, and I believe like I believe, and that's different, and I'm hurt by what you said. So how can we reconcile? Speaking of which, because you know I believe in integrity as a core value, a couple of weeks ago, I invited us to a clear the air conversation, right? And I said, some of you may not have been here. I asked the question, does anybody have something that they need to clear the air with somebody else? It was a lot of hands that went up. So I said, let's do the Clear the Air challenge. And I will ask you about it in a couple weeks. It's no test. I'm going to love you, and I hope you're going to love me, no matter how I came out on that. But I'm holding us in this space of integrity just to see. Did anybody have a clear the air conversation that raised their hand a couple weeks ago? A couple of us. Okay, 3 of us did. 4 of us did. I would encourage those of you who raised your hand before and didn't raise it today to ask yourself why you didn't have that conversation. Did I not have time? Was I nervous or afraid? What was it? And do you have that as a core value? Are you willing to sit on something and let it fester and then wonder how come you're not demonstrating what you want to demonstrate through your spiritual principles? It's mine to ask that question. And yes, I did have that conversation. And no, it wasn't easy. And I pushed myself really hard. And I had to pick myself up afterwards. Sometimes we have to do that. And I'm about telling you the hard stuff if I need to tell it to you. Because life is not all roses necessarily. Well, it is roses, but our experience isn't always. How about that? Is anybody feeling me, or am I up here by myself? Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel this is what beloved community is about. You know, I was in a retreat this weekend, and we were a beloved community retreat, and we were having this conversation about walking the talk, especially in community. And how do you do that? How do you hold yourself accountable, hold each other accountable? Otherwise, are you giving mixed messages to the universe, to yourself, to others? It's something to consider. How do we stay in alignment with our mission? These are things I want us to be asking at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, so that we can lean in together as a community and heal. So then I think about the values of mothers, the values that parents instill into those that they're raising. Even if you're an auntie, a cousin, or whatever it is. I see my cousin back there, my young cousin, that I've always identified myself as his big sister cousin. Because I feel like, you know, there's enough age in between that I could be his auntie, and his mother is like my sister, but she's my cousin, so that, you know, anyway. What values are we experiencing together with our loved ones is important. And we have our own standards that we're trying to instill in someone else, but as they grow, are we allowing them to have their own values? Because sometimes as we grow up, the values that our parents and those that raised us may not be in alignment with who we are. And then what do you do? But you have to be aware of what those values are in order to be able to assess how you need to change it, or else you're out of alignment. So we want to acknowledge that as well. And I want to acknowledge one of our founding mothers here at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, that was formerly the First Church of Religious Science of Oakland. I know there's a lot of long-timers here. How many of you have been here since it was First Church of Religious Science? Those, the rest of you, look around. You know, we're celebrating 80 years next year. We're a long-standing community. And did you know that we are the 32nd chapter that our founder, Ernest Holmes, signed our certificate that Paul framed, and it's in the back. I bet you walk by it all the time. And how many of you knew it was back there? I want you to take a look at how long we've been here. And we've been here, I hope she's in the house, because one of our congregants, and I always say, if there's something I need to be acknowledging, tell me. She came and told me and said, you know, I want you to acknowledge Reverend Dr. Lillian Hopper, who built this, who was the leader, and under her as a senior minister, she organized the building of this church. Way back there in the 50s. But our charter goes back longer than that. So I am acknowledging her as a founding mother. And let's give her a hand. You know, the Dalai Lama said, as I bring this to a close, just as, you know, I'm talking about the value-led life. Just as we take for granted the need to acquire proficiency in the basic academic subjects, I am hopeful that a time will come when we can take it for granted that the children will learn, as part of the curriculum, the indispensability of inner values: love, compassion, justice, and forgiveness. It's all about values, people. It's all about values. Oh, and I forgot to say, I think I better double back and say this about this church, because I'm honored. I'm not highlighting me, but I am honored. There's only been a handful of senior ministers in this facility, in this church, and I am the first person of color as a senior minister. I'm proud of that. That was worth coming back to. And so as we wrap this up, what's the point, Rev? The point is how we walk and live in the world is important. Life goes by so quickly. I heard this weekend of a couple who were killed in a crash. And they both died. Young, vibrant, a lot of life ahead of them. Just like that. And so, that doesn't mean that it's not your time to go. None of us know when we're going to go. And did you know that we're all going to go? We're all going to go where? To the other side. Whatever the other side is. Nobody's come back to tell us what the other side is like. Exactly. And my point is to live life to the fullest. It matters. Every moment matters. And the very next moment you get to change your mind. You get to change your direction. If you did something that you're not proud of or that you want to change it. There's ways to change it. We have tools in our toolbox that we can support you in spiritual growth to change it. Turn from that side of the continuum to that side, or whichever way you want to flip it, to that which you want to manifest. And I guarantee you, if you use these principles all the time, Reverend Eloise Oliver, Reverend Dr. E, used to always say, I'll give you a money-back guarantee on the classes. You know the reason she used to say that, and she probably still does, is because this stuff works. It works. I guarantee you it does work. So try it. Let us take this to prayer, shall we? And so I invite our practitioners. Margot Tabbitt is bringing the prayer box up. I invite the practitioners to surround the congregation. Those of you on live stream, if we have any practitioners, I invite you to stand if you're willing and able. And those of you who are seated, know that you are standing in your heart to prayer. It's a choice. I invite you to accept this prayer before I even utter it. You know why? Because I know it worked. It worked already even before I utter it. Look at that. I already know that because I know how this power in this presence works. So let's go within, shall we? If you want to allow your gaze to fall on our stained glass window here or softly in front of you, or close your eyes gently as we focus on that breath and allow it to be intentional as we open our hearts. We do so knowing that there is only one life, and that life is God's life, and that life is perfect. And that life is my life. It's your life. It's our life. It's the life of the eel and the creepy crawlers that are in the earth. It's the life of the planets and the stars and the galaxies. It's the life of fire. It's the life of air and all the elements of Mother Gaia. It's the life of the fawn and the cows and the geese and the waterways and the two-leggeds and the four-leggeds, the multi-leggeds, the fin, the winged. It's the life of those who are translucent, our ancestors who are on the other side. No matter how we express life, whether it's the slab of concrete that seems inanimate, I know that there is life teeming in that slab of concrete because it came from that very seed of an idea that is life itself. Life is everywhere, fully expressing. It is eternal in its magnificence. That's why we acknowledge it as omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. It is all-knowing, all-powerful, and ever-present, and oh so sweet. And so we acknowledge it today in our very presence here together in community. It is our community and communities that exist. It is the very vibration of this prayer that is whole, perfect, and complete in and of itself. It is the realization and the demonstration of every prayer in this prayer box that I hold, that I touch, that Margot Tabbitt is holding, and the practitioners are holding the consciousness of. It is the answered prayer of each and every request. This is what I know for sure. Within my very bones, whatever our prayers are on our hearts, I know that there is that miracle-working power of spirit that is able and willing and open to magnify the magnificence and fulfillment and completion of it right here and right now. This is what I know for sure. And so I bless our nonprofit partner this month, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, giving thanks for Miss Gigi, who came over here to help us in blessing them and what they do in Contra Costa County for those who are impacted by mental illness and all of their many affiliates that she mentioned, and blessing them with all the resource that they need and whatever else that they need, the guidance and the love for those people who are being served. I bless our world. I bless Mother Gaia, knowing that she is being healed and restored right now, that even though she's been devastated by our pillage and misuse, that we become conscious and learn how to take better care and be better stewards of the earth so that she can be restored and renewed into her wholeness and greatness just as she is. I bless all the greater beings everywhere, giving thanks for them that they support us, because I know that there is more than just what I see, that it is bigger and grander than that. And so I bless all of our angels and our guides that show us what to do, when to do, and how to do it. Knowing that even through all these wars that we are experiencing, Palestine and Israel and the Ukraine and the Congo and the Sudan and anywhere else across this country and other countries, that we can know peace into this prayer. That there is this miracle working power of God that is instantaneous, that is fulfilling our mission and our wholeness right now. And so I bless our prayer list that the Ministry of Prayer is praying on behalf of Miss Lupe Capenda, blessing her, blessing Miss Lula Green's sister, Priscilla Watson. And now I open the doors of this prayer for us to utter our own voice, to speak our own name and the names of anyone for whom we are praying, so we can bless them up too. Speak it now. Knowing it, that as these names come forward, that we lift them up, that we know that they are empowered and enriched and have whatever it is that they are in need of here and forevermore. And so with this attitude of gratitude, with a full and grateful heart, together we lift up this prayer into the divine activity of universal law that activates it, that partners with us and says, yes, beloved, this is true. What you say is true. Let me show you how. And it magnifies it through that abundance principle and showers us with blessings that we open our arms to and our hearts to receive. And so we allow this to be. Take a breath on that. Take a breath on that healing and that wholeness, and feel it in every fiber of your being as we declare together. And so it is. Praise God. Amen. Whatever else you want to say. Namaste. Aho. Blessed be. Yes. Hallelujah anyway. Yes. Yes and yes. Thank you, Margot. Thank you, practitioners. Thank you, Kev. Thank you all. Blessed be.
Wasn't that an awesome service? Thank you, Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle. That's the favorite time of the service. The music's the favorite time of the service, and this is my favorite time of the service. It's our conscious giving time. This is a time, yes, where we get to claim our abundance. We did a very powerful, powerful reading earlier this morning, and I know that God wants us to live our lives and live them more abundantly. Yes? Yes. Who's in on that? Yes. So we're going to claim our good right here and right now, and whether you put change in the basket, $1 in the basket, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, or several $100s, or you give by auto giving, let us hold those gifts to our heart. Hold the gifts to your heart as we say our conscious giving affirmation. I freely give what I have, and the divine source multiplies it in return. So we give freely, easily, effortlessly to the spiritual community, to support it, to keep it thriving. And there are so many amazing ways to give. Simply going to our website, to the donate button, to so many ways to give, through Zelle, through texting to give, through the mail, through the donate button. So if you don't have your gift with you here today, please visit our website. We appreciate you all for the givingness of spirit that shows up as you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle, and the band. Yes, we invite you up to place your gift in the basket.
Dedicate this to our beloved Andy on his final Sunday leading the music ministry. If you want to stand up and dance with us, feel free. Don't be afraid to move your hips now.
Inside my head there lives a dream that I wanna see in the sun. Behind my eyes there lives a me that I've been hiding for much too long. Cause I've been too afraid to let it show. Cause I'm scared of judgment that may follow. Always putting off my living for tomorrow. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been elusive for so long, but freedom is mine today. Gotta step out on faith. Time to show my face. Procrastination had me down, but look what I have found. I found strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me all along. I found strength, courage, and wisdom inside of me. Inside of me, yeah.
Behind my pride there lives a me that knows humility. Inside my voice there is a soul. In my soul there is a voice. I've been too afraid to make a choice, cause I'm scared of the things that I might be missing. Running too fast, I stop and listen. It's time to step out on faith. Gotta show my face. It's been elusive for too long. Freedom is mine today. I gotta step on faith. It's time to show my face. Procrastination held me down, but look what I have found. I found
strength, courage, and wisdom.
It's been inside of me all along. Yeah, yeah.
Strength, courage, and wisdom
Inside of me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. courage and wisdom inside of me. Yeah. Break it down, break it down. I close my eyes and I think of all the things that I want to see. 'Cause I know that I've opened up my heart. I know that anything I want, I can be.
So let it be.
So let it be.
So let it be.
Let it be. Let it be.
So let it be.
Let it be.
So let it be. I found, yeah. Strength, courage, and wisdom. Always been inside me all along, yeah. Strength, courage, and wisdom. Oh, you know, it's been inside of me, yeah. Strength, courage, and wisdom. You know, it's been inside of me. It's been inside of you, oh yeah. Strength, courage, and wisdom inside of me.
Yeah, I found it. I found it. Finally, I found it. Yeah, I found it. Found it in me. Yeah, find it in you. Find it in you. I found it. Yeah, I found it. I found it. Yeah, I found it. Found it. Yeah, I found it. I found it.
Thank you to our amazing musicians, Omega Ray, Lukman Frank, Clark Sims, Dave Drummer, and of course the maestro, Kev Choice. Yay! Give him another round of love. We appreciate everyone who participated in bringing this service to you today. Thank you. We just thanked our musicians, of course, our wonderful speaker, Reverend Sunshine Rochelle Coleman, who reminded us of the values-led life, our practitioners who just surrounded the congregation, just to remind you in case if you have a concern or a joy, please join them in the prayer room in the back for a 5-minute miracle. They'll do a brief prayer for you. And if you're interested in a longer session, they are available. You can get a card from the display board in the social hall and call and make an appointment for a longer session. There is a charge for that. And if you're visiting us for the first time and you haven't gotten a welcome packet, please pick one up on the way out there on the table as you're leaving. And let me see. We are available immediately after service in the prayer center, as I just said. And you can also request prayer through the Ministry of Prayer, the box that was just being held here. You can put a prayer request on a slip and put it in there, and the practitioners will pray with you for, I think it's 2 weeks, a month. They pray for a period of time. Not just once, but day after day. So please take advantage of that. And maybe you can join me now, and we'll say the closing affirmation. If you stand, that's great. No matter what.
Reflect my beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. I live
And so it is. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. And we'll have our final song.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround